What if our history isn't a straight line of progress, but a cycle, a catastrophic loop of rise and fall, with forgotten peaks of technological genius that rival or maybe even surpass our own? Think about the story we're all taught. It's a clean, simple timeline. Humanity starts in caves, discovers fire, sharpens some stones. Then we get the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, the Industrial Revolution, and boom, here we are in the age of silicon and smartphones. It's a story of constant upward momentum. But what if that story is missing a chapter? Or worse, what if a chapter was torn out? Because buried in the earth, locked away in the back rooms of museums, are artifacts that refuse to fit. Glitches in the timeline, pieces of a puzzle that just don't belong. They whisper of a past far more advanced than we can imagine, a past that was somehow erased. Today we're looking at the evidence, the impossible artifacts that suggest we are not the first advanced civilization to walk this planet. Let's start with the machines, devices so complex they simply shouldn't exist in the time they were made. Our first stop is a shipwreck at the bottom of the Aegean Sea. In the year 1901, divers brought up a corroded, shoebox-sized lump of bronze from the wreck of a Roman-era cargo ship. For decades, nobody knew what it was. But as scientists began to X-ray and scan it, they uncovered something breathtaking. Inside that lump was a clockwork of at least 30 intricate, interlocking bronze gears. This wasn't just a simple clock. This was the Antikythera mechanism, an astonishingly sophisticated astronomical computer. It could track the positions of the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets known to the ancient Greeks. It could predict solar and lunar eclipses with startling accuracy, and even track the 4-year cycle of the ancient Olympic Games. The level of engineering, the mathematical precision required to build this, it's mind-boggling. And here's the kicker. Technology this complex wouldn't be seen on Earth again for another 500 years until the astronomical clocks of medieval Europe. So how did a 2,000-year-old civilization create a computer that was a millennium and a half ahead of its time? Where did that knowledge come from, and where did it go? But it's not just complex computers. Let's talk about power. We're told the story of electricity begins with figures like Benjamin Franklin and Alessandro Volta in the 18th and 19th centuries. Then how do you explain the Baghdad battery? Discovered just outside modern-day Baghdad, these artifacts are unassuming. They're just small, 2,000-year-old clay pots. But inside each pot is a copper cylinder, and suspended in the center of that cylinder, insulated by asphalt, is an iron rod. If you fill that pot with an acidic liquid, like vinegar or even grape juice, this simple device generates a steady electrical current, a working battery. Now, the voltage is low, but it's undeniably electricity. Mainstream archaeology often suggests they were used for electroplating jewelry with gold or silver, but others wonder, was this a hint of a much broader, lost understanding of electricity? A power source created 2 millennia before its official invention. So we have impossible machines. But even more baffling is the impossible knowledge these ancient people seem to possess. Knowledge they had no business having. Let's look to the skies. For thousands of years, humanity dreamed of flight. We're told that dream became a reality with the Wright brothers in 1903, but in a tomb in Saqqara, Egypt, archaeologists found a small 6-inch wooden object dating back to 200 BC. They called it the Saqqara bird. For years, it was dismissed as a toy or a weather vane, but modern aeronautical engineers have pointed out some odd details. Its wings are shaped with a perfect airfoil cross-section, just like a modern glider, to provide lift. And most tellingly, its tail is a vertical stabilizer, not a horizontal one like a real bird. That's a feature for aerodynamic stability in flight. And it's not alone. In Colombia, a collection of small golden figurines were created by the Quimbaya civilization over 1,000 years ago. For a long time, they were labeled as insects or birds. But look closer. They have delta wings, upright tail fins, and stabilized fuselages. They look for all the world like modern jet fighters. Are these just artistic interpretations of animals, or are they scale models of flying machines their creators had either built or seen? And perhaps most chilling of all is the knowledge of our own planet. Unroll the Piri Reis map. It was compiled in 1513 by a Turkish admiral who claimed he used far, far older source maps, some dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. The map is famous for its shockingly accurate depiction of the coastlines of Europe, North Africa, and Brazil. But it's the bottom of the map that has baffled historians for decades. It appears to show the northern coast of Antarctica. There are two massive problems with this. First, Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 300 years after this map was made. And second, the map shows the coastline without its ice cap. Geologists confirm that the last time this part of Antarctica, known as Queen Maud Land, was ice-free was at least 4,000 years before Christ. So, who mapped a continent with incredible accuracy 3 centuries before it was discovered? Using source maps that must have been created thousands of years before that, when the land was free of ice? How is that possible? The Antikythera mechanism, the Baghdad battery, the Saqqara glider, the Piri Reis ice map. These aren't just isolated puzzles, they are data points. And when you connect them, a disturbing picture begins to emerge. A picture of a lost world, of a forgotten human history filled with genius and catastrophe, a cycle that might have played out many times before. What are your theories? Is there a piece of evidence we missed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe history is more complex than the official story, subscribe for more journeys into the past's greatest secrets.